Welcome back, students. Today we are going to solve some previous year questions related to Unit 4 Organism and Environment. And the question I have taken in this particular video lecture mainly focusing on ecosystem chapter. Okay, so let's start. The images used in these slides are for education purpose only. We respect intellectual property right of the original creator and owner of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this PPT, or have any concern, any issue, please contact us at sathee@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the image. Question number 1. First link of food chain are green plants because only these can prepare food. They remain stationary at one place. They can make use of all the things. They give oxygen to the atmosphere. Out of these 4 choices, which one is the correct answer? First link of food chain are green plants. We all know this, right? What is the reason? Quickly tell me the answer. Because they can only prepare food, or they remain stationary at a place, or they can make use of all the things, or they give oxygen to the environment. Yes, you are right. Because these are the only type of thing or plant, okay, which can prepare their own food. That's why green plants put on the first position, first link of the food chain. Next, net primary productivity, NPP. Okay, net primary productivity can be defined as rate of production of organic matter for consumers, rate of fermentation of new organic material by consumer, rate of utilization of biomass by the decomposer, or the biomass available for consumption by heterotrophs. Net primary productivity. Just take 10-second time and then quickly give me the answer. Net primary productivity can be defined as there are 2-3 terms like gross primary productivity, net primary productivity. Okay. So when this term net comes, means rate. It is related to with the passage of time, rate. Okay. And primary productivity, this is produced by the producer. Okay. And for what? For the consumers. Gross, total. For its own metabolic activity also, and for the consumers also. Collectively gross, but net, if we subtract that respiratory value, respiratory loss, then net primary productivity, we can attain the value of net primary productivity. So rate of production of organic material by the producer for consumers. This one is the correct answer. While what is written in second choice, rate of fermentation, is it related to fermentation? No. Rate of utilization of biomass by decomposers, is it related to decomposers? No. The biomass available for consumption by heterotrophs. Yes, but here there is only the biomass. They are in this statement is given only tell us only the biomass available, not about the rate. But this is related to the rate. Okay, with the time. In this period with time. So rate of production of organic matter for consumer. Choice number 1 would be the correct answer. This one is the correct answer. Clear? Okay. Next is match list 1 and list 2. List 1, they have mentioned some type of consumers like primary consumer, tertiary consumer, producer, secondary consumer, and list 2, top carnivore, herbivore, carnivore, plants. So producer, obviously plants. So C belong to 4th choice. Am I right? Okay. Then primary consumers, herbivore, A with second. Secondary consumer, carnivore. So can I write down 3 over here? Yes. And then tertiary consumer, obviously top carnivore. Okay. So 1 with 2, B with 1, C with 4, and D with 3. Choice number 2 would be the correct answer. Clear? Now let's move to the next question. Question number 4. Which of the following statements are correct with respect to ecological pyramid? Okay, we have to identify the correct statement with respect to ecological pyramid. So now just read out the statement they have given in various options. In A, the base of each pyramid represent the producer. Yes. Or the first trophic level, while the apex represent tertiary or top level consumer. According to me, this one is the correct statement. B, the pyramid of energy is always upright. Is it? Tell me, pyramid of energy is always upright? Yes, pyramid of energy is always upright. This one is again the correct statement. C, a given species can occupy only one trophic level in the same ecosystem at the same time. Is it? A given species can occupy only one trophic level in the same ecosystem at the same time? No. If we are discussing about food wave, one species can change its trophic level. So this one is not the correct statement, right? The pyramid of number in tree ecosystem is upright. Tree. This is the, tell me, is this the correct statement? Pyramid of number in tree ecosystem is upright. If this is a tree, then so many birds are there. So single tree and number of birds are more. So pyramid of tree is not upright. This one is inverted because number of birds are more. So tree comes on the base, right? Am I right? So pyramid of tree ecosystem is upright is the wrong statement. Okay. Now next statement, saprophyte are not given any place in ecological pyramid. Yes, this one is true. Saprophytes are not given any place. So okay. So out of these 5 statements, this one is the correct statement. Am I right? Tell me. Right? Okay. And pyramid of energy is always upright. Yes, this one is the correct statement. And the base of each pyramid represent the producer or first trophic level, while apex represent tertiary or top level. So according to me, A, B and E statements are true, while remaining 2 are showing wrong statement. So A, B and E. Okay, so choice number 4 would be the correct answer. Clear? Now, question number 5. Arrange these in successive level of biological organization from micro level to global scale. Okay. So, okay, biosphere, communities, atom, organ, and cell. Okay, so which one is the smallest unit out of these 5? Tell me. Atom, right? So, it must be put on the first position. Okay, and then cell, and organ is bigger than cell, so 3rd position, then community at 4th position, and largest, biosphere is the largest unit, so it must be on the 5th position. So C E D B A. Okay, okay, so choice number 1, C E D B A is in a successive level. So choice number 1 would be the correct answer. Clear? Okay. Now question number 6. Ecological succession. What is ecological succession? Okay. We have to choose the correct option given over here. So hydrarch succession progression from mesic to hydric condition. This hydrarch succession progression from mesic to hydric condition. Is this the right statement? Just think over it. Second, during succession, there is a change in species diversity. Yes, a decrease in the number of species. During succession, the number of species has been decreased or increased? Tell me. Just think over it also. Decrease in the number they have mentioned, and decrease in the total mass. Okay. C, in succession, individual transition community are termed serial stage. What is serial stage? Just think over it also. What is serial stage? Okay. In D, succession and evolution were parallel process. Okay. In primary succession on rock or xerophytic habitat, the serial stage next to the lichen is generally bryophyte. Okay. So this question totally belong to this ecological succession topic. Okay. So now just take 10-second time and then quickly we will discuss the answer. Out of these 5 statements, which one is the true statement, which one is the wrong statement? Just identify it. Okay. Okay. So in primary succession, let's discuss the question. On rocks, serial stage next to lichen is bryophyte. This one is correct or wrong? This one is the correct statement because this one is the pioneer. This one is the main which start growing on the bare rock. Lichen, after lichen, bryophyte is generally take the position. Okay. Succession and evolution were parallel process. Yes, these were the parallel process. Slowly, succession and evolution occur within 1,000 years, thousands of 100 to thousands of years. In succession, individual transition community are termed serial stages. Yes, transition communities are known as serial stages. This one again, correct statement. Now, during succession, there is a change in species diversity, a decrease in number of species and decrease in total mass. No, from bare rock to forest, number of species will decrease or increase. It will increase, and obviously, if number of species increase, their biomass also get increased, right? So this statement is wrong. Hydrarch succession progress from basic to hydric condition? No, hydrarch succession progress from hydric to basic condition, that is optimum condition, that is forest. Okay, so this one is again a wrong statement. So according to me, C, D and E would be the correct statement. So out of these choices, choice number 3, C, D and E has been given. So choice number 3 would be the correct answer. Next, given below are 2 statements. One is labeled as assertion A and the other is labeled as reason R. Okay. And in the light of above statement, we have to choose the correct answer. Assertion, they have given a statement, primary succession is a slow process. Is it? Primary succession is slow or fast? Tell me the answer. Yes, primary succession is a slow process. Yes, this one is a true statement. To establish a biotic community, fertile soil must be formed. Yes, this one is again a correct statement. Okay, primary succession is a slow process. That's why what is the initial type of plant variety or type of plantation occur on the bare rock? That is lichen, because it's a slow process, right? And to establish a biotic community, that lichen must convert that bare rock into a fertile soil. Okay, why? To establish a biotic community. Okay, so this statement is again a true statement. So according to me, both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Okay, so choice number 1 would be the correct answer. Next, the amount of nutrients such as carbon, nitrogen, potassium and calcium present in the soil at any given time is referred to as amount of nutrient present in a soil at a given time. It's a line to line question. It is given in our NCERT book. Also, what is the right term for the same? Standing state, standing crop, humus or detritus? Tell me the answer. Is it standing state, standing crop, humus, or detritus? The amount of nutrient present in the soil at a given time. Yes, it is standing state. Okay, so choice number 1 would be the correct answer. Next, the species of plants that play a vital role in controlling relative abundance of other species in a community. What is the right term of that species of plant that play a very, very important role, means vital role in controlling relative abundance of other species in a community? Alien species, endemic species, exotic species, or key species or keystone species? Tell me the answer. Just take your 5 to 10 second time. What is this alien species? What is endemic species? What is this term exotic species? And what is this keystone species? Okay. So alien species are foreign species, invader species. Okay. Which actually responsible for the extinction of indigenous species. Okay. Like hyacinth, like carrot grass. Okay. Endemic species, exotic species. These are very endangered species, exotic species, rarely found species, while key species are the main species which act as a main zone, which make a balance between specific ecosystem, okay, or food web or food chain. So key species or keystone species are the type of plant species which is valuable for more than one type of other organism. Okay, so the plant species or key plant species play a very, very important role or vital role in controlling the relative abundance of other species in a given area or in a given ecosystem. So correct answer is keystone species. Clear? Now, identify the correct statement. They have given us again 5 different statements and we have to identify the correct statement. Detriborous perform fragmentation. Okay, they have given this statement. Second, humus is further degraded by some microbe during mineralization. This is another statement they have given us. Water soluble inorganic nutrient go down in the soil and get participated by the process called leaching. What is leaching? If you know the term leaching, then you must know the definition. Okay. And then detritus food chain begin with living organisms. Is it? Just think over it. And then the last statement, earthworm break down detritus into small particle by a process called catabolism. Is it? The process is catabolism. You just take 5 to 10 second time. After that, we will discuss the correct answer. Okay. Whether A is correct, B is correct, or both are correct, C is correct, D is correct, E is correct, or all of them are correct. Okay, now let's discuss. Okay, so in E option, what is given over here? Earthworm break down detritus into small particle by a process called catabolism. No, this process is known as fragmentation. What is this process is known as? Fragmentation. So this statement is wrong. Correct. Now the detritus food chain begin with living organisms. No, detritus food chain begin with dead or decaying material. Okay, so this one is again a Wrong statement. Water-soluble inorganic nutrients go down into the soil and get participated by a process called leaching. Yes, leaching is the movement of water-soluble inorganic particles into the soil and get participated. This is the correct statement. The humus is further degraded by some microbes during mineralization. Yes, this is again a correct statement. And detrivorous perform fragmentation. Yes, fragmentation करते हैं detrivorous. This one is again correct statement. So A, B, C, all three statements are correct statements, while remaining two are wrong statements. So A, B, C, choice number 4 would be the correct answer. Clear? Let's move to the next question. Okay. So question number 11, in the equation GPP means gross primary production minus R is equal to NPP. GPP is gross primary productivity. Yes. So they must put a arrow over here, comma, sorry. GPP is the gross primary productivity. NPP is net primary productivity. What is R? They want to know the full form of R. R is respiratory quotient, respiratory loss, reproductive allocation, photosynthetically active radiation. Tell me the right answer. GPP, gross primary productivity, gross biomass produced by the plant. Okay. And net, all the biomass which is available for the consumer. Okay. How we can analyze NPP? If we cut the value of R from GPP, then the remaining part is known as NPP. So what is R? They want to know what is R. Respiratory quotient, respiratory loss, reproductive allocation, or this photosynthetically active radiation. Yes. So R is respiratory loss. Respiratory loss during photosynthesis, during respiration of or other metabolic activity, energy utilized by the plant itself is R, respiratory loss. Okay. Choice number 2 would be the correct answer. Next, question number 12. All succession irrespective of the habitat proceed to which type of climax community? All succession irrespective of the habitat. ठीक है? Endophic, xeric, mesic or hydrophilic. Ultimately, any type of succession, whether it is xerarch or hydrarch succession, they will move to a optimum position. That optimum position is known as edaphic, xeric, mesic or hydrophilic. This is mesic condition or forest. Okay. So optimum condition or optimum community is mesic condition, that is forest. Clear? 13 question, the pioneer species in hydrarch succession is pioneer. Is this filamentous algae? Is this free floating angiosperm, submerged rooted plant or phytoplankton? Pioneer species in this case, hydrarch succession. We have discussed that pond example for hydrarch succession. One by one, step by step manner, from the smallest one to comparatively bigger, and then free floating, and this is how hydrarch get converted into the land and forest. Okay, so this question is related to that particular para, hydrarch succession. So pioneer species in this particular succession is phytoplankton, smallest plant, small plants. Phytoplankton act as a pioneer species in hydrarch succession, while in the case of bare rock, lichen. Clear? Okay. Question number 14, the species that come to the that come to appear in bare area are called species of serial community, pioneer species, invasive species, competitive species. Just now we have discussed this question. The species that come to appear in the bare area, lifeless area, that species is known as pioneer species, and that is lichen in the case of rock or bare land, and phytoplankton in the case of newly created pond. Clear? Okay. Now let's move to the next question, that is question number 15. The amount of biomass or organic matter produced per unit area over a time period by plant during photosynthesis is called. Okay, what is the definition? The amount of biomass produced per unit area over a time period by a plant is called, by a plant during photosynthesis is called net primary productivity, या net primary production, secondary production, primary production, or gross primary production. Whether it is NPP, net primary production, secondary production, primary production, or gross primary production, GPP. To solve this type of question, you must learn the definition of NPP, GPP, primary production, secondary production. Okay. Now, let's solve this question. So, what is gross primary production? Gross primary production means total biomass produced by the plant. Okay. Primary production, total biomass produced over a period of time, in a specific period of time. That is primary production. Secondary production is produced by primary consumer. Okay. And net primary production, if we subtract respiratory loss from the gross primary production, so total biomass left for the consumer is come under this net primary production category. Okay, so if we are talking about a specific time period, okay, the amount of biomass produced in a specific time period, that time we can use the term primary production for the same. If we are talking about the specific total number of biomass, total biomass produced in a specific time period, then this one belong to primary production category. If there is no restriction of time, then total biomass produced by the plant, gross primary production. Okay, minus respiratory loss, net primary production. Okay, so choice number 3 would be the correct answer. Now, given below are two statements. Statement number 1, decomposition is a process in which detritus is degraded into simpler substance by the microbe. Okay. Second, decomposition is faster if detritus is rich in lignin and chitin. In the light of the above statement, we have to choose the correct answer. First of all, we have to understand what is detritus substance. These are the dead or decaying material. Okay, fecal material also. Okay, dead part of plants, dead leaves, yellow leaves. These are detritus material. Okay, and this process is detritus material is converted into the simplest substance by microbes. This one is the right statement during decomposition process. And this detritus is faster if this detritus contain more amount of carbon, nitrogen, and these type of nutrients rather than lignin and chitin. If lignin and chitin rich material is there, then decomposition is slower, not faster. Okay, so second statement is wrong, while first one is the correct. So statement 1 is correct, second one is wrong. Okay. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 17. Which one of the following will accelerate phosphorus cycle? Burning of fossil fuel, volcanic activity, weathering of rock, rainfall, and storm. Accelerate. First of all, just take 5-second time and then we will discuss the answer. To solve these type of question, you must first clarify yourself whether this phosphorus belong to sedimentary cycle or gaseous cycle. If you clarify this thing very quickly, you can solve these type of questions. Which one of the following will accelerate phosphorus cycle? Burning of fossil fuel? No. Burning? No. Volcanic activity? No. Phosphorus is present on the rock, so weathering of the rock. Rainfall and storm? No. It doesn't belong to gaseous exchange. Okay, so it is present in the sediments and move within the sediments. So weathering of the rock will accelerate phosphorus cycle. Clear? Next question. Detrivorous break down detritus in a smaller particle, and this process is called catabolism, fragmentation, humidification, decomposition. When detrivorous or decomposers break down detritus into smaller particle, this is known as, it's a very easy question, catabolism, fragmentation, humidification, or decomposition. This is called fragmentation. Just breakdown of bigger particle into smaller particles, get converted into small fragments, fragmentation. Clear? Now, question number 19. Which of the following statement is not correct? Pyramid of not correct. Pyramid of biomass in sea is generally inverted. Inverted. Pyramid of biomass in sea is generally upright. Pyramid of energy is always upright. Pyramid of number in a grassland ecosystem is upright. And we have to identify the wrong statement, not correct. Just take 5 to 10 second time and then we will discuss the correct answer. Pyramid of energy is always upright from first trophic level to next trophic level. 10% move from bottom to top. And it is always upright. This is the right statement. Pyramid of number in the grassland ecosystem is upright. Yes, if this is a pyramid, on the base so many plants, grasses are there, while dependent herbivore is comparatively less, and primary carnivore or secondary carnivore comparatively less. So this one is upright. Yes, this one is again a right statement. Pyramid of biomass in sea is generally upright or inverted. This is the pyramid. Okay. On the bottom, there is a shark or fish. So biomass of this shark or fish is comparatively more. Right? So is it present on the lower position? No. On the top upper position, initially the zooplankton or phytoplankton are present, which are lesser in number, while here biomass is more on the third carnivore or trophic level. So this one is comparatively here small fishes. How many small fishes are there? Total biomass of this shark or whale is much more than small fishes or zooplanktons. So this one is inverted. This one is again a right statement. So these three are right. So choice number 2, pyramid of biomass in sea is generally upright. This one is the wrong statement. This is generally inverted. So choice number 2 would be the correct answer. Clear? Now let's move to the next question. That is question number 20. Which of the following statement is incorrect regarding phosphorus cycle? Again, phosphorus, it belongs to sedimentary cycle, right? So phosphorus are the major form of phosphorus reservoir. Incorrect. We have to identify the incorrect statement. Phosphates are the major form of phosphorus reservoir. Is this right or wrong? Tell me. Phosphorus utilizing solubilizing bacteria facilitate the release of phosphorus from organic remains. Is this right or wrong? There is a appreciable respiratory release of phosphorus in the atmosphere. Is this right or wrong? It is a sedimentary cycle. Is this right or wrong? It's a very clear cut. They have given the wrong choice. We have to identify the incorrect statement. Now tell me the answer. It belongs to sedimentary cycle? Yes. So this statement is true. Clear? There is appreciable respiratory release of phosphorus in the atmosphere. Is it? No. It belongs to sedimentary cycle. It move within sediment. Right? So this is the wrong statement. Remaining two are the correct statement. Phosphates are the major form of phosphorus reservoir. Correct? And these phosphorus utilizing bacteria facilitate release of phosphorus from organic remains. This one is again correct. So what is the correct answer according to this? Choice number 3 is the incorrect statement. So this one is the correct answer. Clear? Now next question number 11. Rate of decomposition is faster in the ecosystem due to the following factor, except, again we have to choose the wrong statement. Okay, Dittiterrace rich in sugar, warm and moist environment. Okay, presence of aerobic soil microbes, Dittiterrace richer in lignin and chitin. Okay, so rate of decomposition is faster in ecosystem due to the following factor, except. First statement is correct. Yes, right? Rate of decomposition is faster because it is rich in sugar. Mostly fungus works on warm and moist environment. So favorable environment is warm and moist condition for fungus, and they are the main type of microbe which participate in decomposition. So this one is again a correct statement. Presence of aerobic soil microbe are also another factor. These are present, so faster they are also faster up the decomposition. While if the Dittiterrace is rich in lignin and chitin, these slower down the process. Okay, so choice number 4 would be the correct answer. Clear? Now next question number 22. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Continuously we have to choose the incorrect statement. Biomass decrease from first to fourth trophic level. Decrease. Energy, generally, this is the general statement. Okay, energy content gradually increase from first to fourth level. Gradually increase from first to fourth level. Number of individuals decrease from first to fourth level. Energy content gradually decrease from first to fourth level. To solve this type of question, you must understand all kind of pyramids. Okay, we have to identify the incorrect statement. Just take 10-second time, then tell me the answer. Okay, so generally biomass decrease from first to fourth level. Yes, because on the first level mostly plants, green trees are there, so biomass is increased. Dependent herbivore are comparatively less, and primary consumer are again less, and then top carnivore is 1 or 2. Okay, so this is the right statement. Energy content gradually increase from first to fourth. Energy content gradually increase. No, when the population is more on the bottom level, so energy also more at the bottom level. So energy content gradually not increase but decrease from, if 1000 kilocalorie is present on the base level, then 100, then 10, like this. Okay, so this is the wrong statement. Number of individual decrease from first trophic level to fourth level. Yes, generally this is the correct statement, because on the bottom level, first trophic level, mainly producers are there. Okay, green plants, grassland, these are present on the first trophic level. So this is again a wrong, right statement. Energy content gradually decrease from first to fourth level. Again, I have just explained this line. Okay, so this is the correct statement. So according to me, which one is the wrong statement, incorrect statement? Choice number 2. Energy content gradually increase. No, not increase, decrease from first to trophic next level. Next question, in relation to gross primary productivity and net primary productivity of an ecosystem, which one of the following is the statement is correct? Gross primary productivity is always more than net primary productivity. Yes, always it is more than net primary productivity. Next, let's read out the next statement also. Gross primary productivity and net primary productivity are one and same. No, not one and same. There is no relationship between these two, GPP and NPP. No, there is a relation. Gross primary productivity is always less than net primary productivity. No. What is the formula? Gross primary productivity minus R is equal to net primary productivity. If we just remove the metabolic needs or respiratory loss of the gross primary productivity, then only we can obtain the NPP. So what is the correct statement? Choice number 1 would be the correct statement. Clear? Choice number 1. Now next question. Okay, so these are the all questions related to ecosystem chapter. I hope most of the things has been cleared now. Keep solving much more or more questions related to this topic. If you have any doubt, any confusion related to the questions just now we have solved, please let me know. We will discuss it later on. Till then, take care. Bye-bye, and keep learning and keep solving related questions. Namaskar.